Your partner deeply cherishes your kind, soft, and gentle nature. To them, you are a safe space, someone they can open up to without hesitation or fear of judgment. They feel truly seen and heard by you, and that is something they don't take lightly. The way you wear your heart on your sleeve for them is something they find incredibly endearing. It shows how genuine, vulnerable, and honest you are in your love. You make them feel emotionally secure, as if no thought or feeling is too small or too big to share with you. In your presence, they can be their full, unfiltered self. Even though you both come from very different backgrounds, your partner is constantly amazed at how many similarities you share. From shared values to mutual dreams, it's as if the universe brought you together to complement one another. Despite your different pasts, you found common ground in the present, and it's beautiful. They love the effortless understanding that exists between you two, the unspoken connection that makes communication easy, even in silence. You give your partner hope for their future, for the success they imagine, and for the life they want to build. Your encouragement, whether spoken or felt, fuels their motivation. They admire your optimism, how you always seem to find light even in the darkest corners. It's not just that you see the glass as half full, it's that you believe it can always be refilled. That hopeful energy you carry makes them feel like anything is possible, especially with you by their side. What touches them even more is how humble you are. Despite everything you've achieved or overcome, you remain grounded. You don't show off or seek validation. Instead, you quietly carry yourself with grace and humility. Your partner sees you as someone deeply rooted in values, someone who stays calm and composed amidst the chaos. They find peace in you, in your presence, and in the way you approach life with steady, unwavering grace. There's so much depth to you, and they love uncovering each layer. The more they get to know you, the more intrigued and inspired they become. You're full of surprises, not in a dramatic way, but in the way your inner world holds stories, dreams, and emotions waiting to be shared. You pull them out of their shell, gently encouraging them to open up, and in return, they feel they've helped you open too. That mutual vulnerability has created a bond that's unlike anything they've experienced before. Your partner loves that you don't dwell on negativity. Instead, you focus on staying happy and finding the positive in every situation. That energy is contagious. You know how to live in the moment, to truly appreciate the here and now. You don't cling to the past, nor do you obsess over the future, you simply live. And in doing so, you inspire them to do the same. You understand how special each day is, and that outlook reminds them of the beauty in everyday life. They see you as incredibly strong and independent. You stand tall on your own 2 feet, knowing where you're headed and what you want. That sense of purpose and self-assurance is something they admire deeply. You are not afraid to speak your truth or confront the things that bother you, whether they're your own issues or shared concerns. You don't sweep things under the rug, you face them, talk through them, and bring light to what needs healing. That honesty, combined with the way you listen so patiently and attentively, creates a space where true connection can flourish. They find you so sweet and understanding, always willing to listen without interruption, without trying to fix or judge. That level of compassion is rare. Your emotional and romantic side is something they miss and treasure deeply. You bring a lightness to their life, a sense of fun and freedom that helps them let go of pressure and simply enjoy the moment. And unlike many others, you never made them feel like they were being measured by their income or status. You see people for who they are, not what they have. That makes you incredibly rare and valuable in their eyes. At one point, the intensity of your connection made them feel overwhelmed. It scared them. The depth of emotion, the vulnerability it required, it was unfamiliar and intimidating. There was even a moment when they considered pulling away from the relationship, unsure if they were ready to handle the magnitude of what they felt. But with time, they've come to appreciate everything that once made them fearful. Now, they see it as a blessing, something worth investing in, growing, and nurturing. They've realized that what they have with you is real, meaningful, and irreplaceable. They love you so deeply and completely. To them, you are not just someone they love, you are their ultimate wish fulfillment. You embody everything they hoped for in a partner, even the things they didn't know they needed. They are certain now, you are the one meant for them. And no matter how far they may have strayed in thought or fear, their heart always returns to you, because you are home. You may begin to notice that the things which once scared or overwhelmed you no longer hold the same power. The fears and insecurities that used to grip you tightly are now fading into the background. This change hasn't happened overnight, it's a result of deep personal growth and the courage to step outside your comfort zone. You've evolved into someone who can handle challenges that once seemed insurmountable, and this newfound strength is changing the way you interact with the world. You might feel like you've entered a completely new phase of your life, one that feels more aligned with your true self. The person you used to be may feel distant or even unrecognizable, and that's a sign of real transformation. You're not only growing, you're outgrowing the version of yourself that accepted less, feared more, and doubted your worth. As you shift, you're also gaining a deeper understanding of the purpose behind the hardships you've faced. What once felt like random pain or unfair circumstances now begins to make sense. You realize that every challenge served a purpose, leading you to the strength and awareness you have today. This clarity is a sign that you've done substantial inner work. You've learned to trust yourself more deeply, making decisions not out of fear or doubt but from a place of confidence and self-respect. You're developing the ability to observe your emotions without being swept away by them. Rather than reacting impulsively, you're pausing, reflecting, and responding with intention. This emotional regulation is not only empowering, it's also helping to reprogram your nervous system, gradually rewiring the way you experience stress, conflict, and love. At the same time, there's a noticeable shift happening in your partner's energy as well. They appear to be pulling inward, taking a more introspective approach to life. This might look like disconnecting from the noise of social media, distancing themselves from distractions, and devoting more time to personal growth. There's a deep, almost overwhelming yearning for connection rising within them, an emotional call that feels both urgent and profound. For some, this could even manifest as a physical sensation, like a stirring or activation in the back, commonly associated with the rise of Kundalini energy. Such a movement suggests spiritual awakening, transformation, and a heightened awareness of the self and others. You and your partner are currently undergoing an intense phase of mirroring. Each of you is reflecting the other's growth, wounds, hopes, and fears. In some relationships, this could lead to a noticeable role reversal, where dynamics between masculine and feminine energies shift and balance. Your partner is learning to take accountability in a way they may have resisted in the past. They are beginning to acknowledge their mistakes without allowing ego or pride to stand in the way. This vulnerability is building their confidence from the inside out. They are confronting deep-rooted issues, especially those tied to their sense of masculinity and self-worth, that have long influenced how they show up in relationships. Your partner now understands that the reward of stepping forward and letting go of the past is worth the risk. They're beginning to release old attachments, outdated beliefs, and illusions that no longer serve them. They're repeating to themselves, perhaps silently but consistently, that you are theirs, not in a possessive way, but in a way that reflects clarity, choice, and commitment. They see a future with you and are feeling a strong desire to build something real, something lasting. The fantasy is no longer enough. They want to create a grounded, nourishing reality with you. Their longing is no longer passive, it's becoming active, inspiring them to take steps toward real connection and commitment. They want to nurture this relationship, to celebrate it not just in words but in actions. They are envisioning a life where you grow together, not apart. With this vision in mind, they are planning carefully, determined to do things differently this time. This isn't about rushing or forcing anything, it's about intention, integrity, and love expressed through mindful action. They want to approach you in a way that feels right for both of you, knowing that healing and trust take time, but are worth the effort. On your end, however, the emotional waters may still feel turbulent. You may be experiencing disappointment, or a lingering heaviness that makes it difficult to stay open and hopeful. The emotional growth you've undergone hasn't come without cost. Letting go of old patterns, releasing attachments, and learning to hold yourself through uncertainty is exhausting at times. But even within this emotional weight, there's a quiet strength rising within you. You are learning to hold space for your own feelings without judgment. You're giving yourself the grace to feel deeply while still moving forward. This journey you're on, both individually and with your partner, is not linear. It's layered, complex, and deeply human. You're being asked to stay open, to trust the process, and to allow the transformation to continue unfolding. And while the road ahead may be uncertain, it's also full of possibility. Growth is happening on both sides. Healing is in motion. And love, the real, grounded, soul-deep kind, is quietly taking root beneath it all.